everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica. So it's the holidays, it's December, and we have tons of parties to go to, and so you need a good holiday makeup look. Kind of the star of the show is the eyes and the lips, and they are courtesy of the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette, as well as the Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in Gingerbread Girl. And this is not sponsored by Too Faced, but it is my first time purchasing a Too Faced eye palette and lip product. Really, I use a lot of Urban Decay palettes for higher end stuff. And so I'm really excited. I've really resisted purchasing this palette for a while. Anyways, if you want to see how I get this eye look and the rest of the makeup, keep watching. So we're gonna start with eyebrows, and we're gonna use kind of my new favorite eyebrow pencil, the Joa Brow Down to Me eye pencil. And I have been comparing it to the Cella eyebrow pencil. It's just a really thin pencil, and it's awesome, and it's kind of my go-to, and it has a spoolie. I just recently found out this was called a spoolie. So, yeah. Next, I'm gonna prime my eyelids with a full coverage concealer, and I'm gonna use my go-to L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear for this purpose, as well as a concealer brush. I'm gonna use this little Glamour Dolls brush to kind of buff in a transition shade. And I'm gonna go with Cinnamon. It's kind of a toasty yellow, and just kind of go upper part of the crease and all over. Actually learned recently different types of, I've always known this in a way, but I've kind of gotten a little bit more specific knowledge on what different brushes and the bristle style, what they do. And something like this, where the bristles are longer and not as tightly packed, are kind of better at just kind of buffing a color in where it's not so concentrated. So it's really good for blending and just kind of getting a soft all around color. Whereas something that's like a little bit more dense, like something like this, it's tighter, it's shorter, it's gonna deposit more concentrated color, and it might even have a little bit of a harder time blending the lines. So that's why you kind of want to brush like this to kind of blend. As well as recently I've just started using transition colors kind of this year, and they kind of help you build your eyeshadow so it doesn't get patchy. And so you kind of build from a lighter color and kind of increase, and it takes a little bit more time than just putting a color on there, but it really does help the overall effect of how smooth your eyeshadow looks. And I'm just gonna use the same brush as I'm gonna go into Gingerbread Glam. It's this kind of orangey color. And I'm gonna kind of just put that little lower and a little bit more outer than the previous color. I'm gonna go into Vanilla Wafers. It's this lightest color up here in the corner. So I'm gonna move away from the highlighted areas for just a minute and go with a darker color on the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that same brush, that tapered brush. I just kind of wiped it off a little bit to get the light color off, but I'm gonna go in with a darker color so it's not gonna matter too much. I'm gonna start with Gingerbread Glam. I'm gonna kind of go on the outer third, and I'm gonna keep my other blender kind of a brush handy and just buff that in. Now I'm gonna go a little bit darker, and I'm gonna go with Cookie Call. It's this one here in the middle on the end. And concentrate that a little bit more on the outer part. We're kind of just building it a little bit darker as we go out. And blend it. And now I'm going to take this Scone large shadow brush. It's kind of a compact brush. And I'm gonna go in with this color Midnight Snack. It's down here on the end. And I'm kind of concentrating this on the lash line and bringing it in just a little bit and a little bit into the crease, almost making like a C a little bit. And then take your brush again and blend it. I'm gonna take a different brush. This is kind of it's just another kind of a compact brush. And I'm gonna wet this again with the setting spray. And I'm gonna go into two colors. I'm gonna go into Gingerbread Glam and Midnight Snack, this kind of orange and this brown that we've kind of already have used. And I'm just gonna put it on the tip of the brush, just both colors. And I'm gonna just line underneath my eye, kind of the outer 2/3 of the eye, and bring it up. And then I'm gonna blend it with the brush, the compact brush that I used for the last color that I did, the Midnight Snack. And it'll help blend it, it'll help darken it a little bit. So now the last thing I'm gonna do is kind of highlight a little bit. So I don't really have a better brush here at home for this purpose right now. So I'm gonna take this, it's like a liner brush, it's a Wet n Wild one. And I put some setting spray on it, and I'm gonna just kind of use this to just add a little bit of a highlight. I'm gonna use Plenty of Dough. It's this one here on the end in the middle. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get a look under my brow bone that I want. I don't think this palette necessarily has a light enough color, shimmery color that will pop under the brow bone, because I really like it to be light under my brow bone. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what this Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter will do. Exactly the same way, and it's actually better because it's a thicker pencil. So I like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go under my brow bone with this highlighter, because I just don't think I'm gonna get the effect I want with any of the shadows in that palette. So now I'm gonna add some liquid eyeliner before I put on my eyelashes, and I'm just gonna use my Maybelline Master Precise All Day. It's worn off, it's hard to read, but it's just it's a pen liquid eyeliner, and it's great. And I'm just gonna go along the top here and just add a line. This is gonna help a little bit better blend the eyelash line a bit, so to make the eyelashes look more real. So next is eyelashes, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that on camera this time because this is a get ready with me. So I'm gonna just use my Demi Wispies, and they've been worn before, and so they're good and broken in, which is always good with eyelashes. At least for me it is. Makes them a little easier to put on. I'm gonna go ahead and use my well-loved Duo Brush-On Adhesive with Vitamins. Once it gets a little tacky, just go ahead and get it along. I like to use a little pin to help kind of press it on. eyelashes are on, and I'm gonna just do a regular eyeliner in my waterline as well to finish off the eyes. We'll be done. And I'm gonna use my Maybelline Master Precise Skinny, so it's the same brand and line as the liquid eyeliner. It's just the pencil version, and it's the retractable, and it's the skinny version of the pencil. So wore my eyelashes in the show one night, and I put glitter or shimmery shadow on or something after I had them on. Either that or it flaked off my eye, but I have this little line of like sparkle on the top of my lashes, which isn't cute right now, but it's fine. So the eyes are done, and we're gonna start working on the rest of the face. And I'm gonna use my True Match Lumi N3 Natural Buff. And I'm just gonna use my silicone sponge, which is funny, it's really not a sponge. It doesn't soak anything up, but for lack of a better, I guess it's a silicone applicator. And if you watch my videos, you know that I love these. Time to time, I do use like a beauty blender, like a real makeup sponge from time to time. And I've been also known to use a foundation brush, and I just kind of go back and forth from time to time, and this has really been my favorite method here recently. And next I'm gonna apply concealer, and you've seen this before. This is my Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour breathable concealer, and I wear the color light. And again, I do not like the sponge applicator that it comes with, so I just put a little bit on my finger. And when I say a little bit of this goes a long way, a little bit of this goes a long way. This is a really pretty good concealer. It's my first time purchasing it, and I've been using it for the last couple months, and it is really good. I have really liked it. As you know, or you may not know, when you put your concealer under your eyes, you drag it down to like the top part of your cheekbones, kind of like a triangle down this way. You don't just do it right here. You kind of bring it down into like a triangle. Beauty with these applicators, you just can wipe them off. It's just, it absorbs no product, so you save product, it's sanitary. They're my favorite so far. So I am actually gonna be using a product for the first time. I actually purchased this, I had a CVS Beauty Haul video, and it will be linked below. I will link it below. But it is a L'Oreal Paris Infallible Total Cover. It's a concealing and contour kit. But I think they had two colors, and I think I got the lighter one. And it comes with, so it has 4 colors, so it's concealer and contour. And it comes with this little sponge, which I may or may not use. I do not know. And it kind of comes with a little bit of a diagram on the back. And so we will see. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use the sponge just to see and be able to give you an honest opinion of what I think of it. So I'm gonna go into the darkest color right here on the end. I take that back. Only kind of cream contour I've ever used has been like a stick. I've never used one like in a palette like this. And at CVS, I was pretty disappointed with the selection at CVS. I was really wanting like a cream palette concealer, and they had this one and they had an e.l.f. one. And the color, I like there to be a little bit more variation in the color. Like I kind of like a slightly darker contour like shade, like a dark contour shade. But I like there to be a lot of like a light, really light one too. And it's hard to find that variation sometimes in ones that are cream. And I was just really wanting to try a cream one. And so I just picked the best thing I could find that day. I'm not loving this, but I'm not hating it either. I haven't really worked with it much. So it might be a little bit of me not really knowing how to work with it yet. I'm gonna use the other side of the sponge and pick a light color. I think I'm gonna go with the color right next to it. I I have a contouring basics video that I will link below. And it's using powder products, so I'm a little bit better with powder stuff because I just used it way more. It's pretty nice. I think a little bit is just my learning curve with it at the moment, but I can see that would be a good concealer as well. So yeah, I think overall I'll get a lot of use out of this. So I am gonna go ahead and bake my face for this look because I really like the finished look that it provides. I'm gonna take my Bella Pierre Banana Setting Powder. It's my favorite, and this is in the color medium. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of the, I just go ahead and use these little white cosmetic triangles, and I just put some of the powder. I also have a face baking tutorial that I'll link down below as well, but I'm gonna do it for you now anyway, so. While I let that sit on my skin for just a little bit, and we'll brush it off in a little bit, and I'm gonna just go ahead and apply bronzer first. So I recently just re-signed back up for Ipsy, and I got my November bag, and I will link that video below so you can see all the stuff that I got. But two of the products I got were makeup products, and I'm gonna use both of those today because I have not used them yet. And the first one is from the brand Nomad, and it's called Manly Beach. It's a Kiss of Sun bronze and contour powder called Manly Beach. It's like a matte, kind of a good medium shade. So I'm gonna use this today for bronzer. So I'm just gonna take these brushes that I use all the time, and I have no idea what the name of them are, but they're just these cork brushes. I think I've bought them all at TJ Maxx. And I'm just gonna use this bronzer and just see how it does. It seems really pretty. It's just a very nice, non-intrusive shade and matte. Love a matte bronzer. That's nice. Really like it. So for any of you that get the Ipsy subscription every month, and I just get the regular one, I don't get like the extra expensive one. I just get the regular subscription. And so if you got this in your November one, let me know, comment below. Okay, so now again, before I brush off the banana powder, I'm gonna go ahead and use my other makeup product that I got in my November glam bag. And this is from the brand Dome, and this is called English Rose. And it's just a very pretty, natural color. Very pretty. Again, comment below if you received this blush as well. And if you did you get the same color I did? Or what color did you get? And what does it look like? Let me know, I'd love to know. Drop a comment below. So I will get a lot of use out of those for sure. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just brush off the excess powder, even though you probably can't really see it on camera. And I'm just gonna use this Bare Minerals Kabuki brush. And I got two more steps. First is I'm gonna use a little bit of a highlight, and this is something that I got in a beauty subscription when I was subscribed like a couple years ago, and I've never really used it. And it's from the brand #INM Heart. I have no idea. I've never heard of the brand before. And it's in the color Twilight, and it's the Universe's Star Highlighter. It comes in this little container, and it's a highlighter. It's kind of a peachy color. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this e.l.f. blush brush just because it's the one that I have that's clean that I can use for a highlighter. So I just wanna add a little bit of a highlight because this is a holiday look after all. So you have to have a little bit of sparkle. Pretty, it's not as offensive as I thought it could be. I was a little nervous. So last step is I'm gonna use this Too Faced Melted Matte. It's a liquefied matte lipstick. It's called Gingerbread Girl, and it's got a strong smell. I mean, it's got a strong gingerbread smell, but it's really just like, I bought it because it's like, I've been kind of on the hunt for like a nude lipstick, but not something that's nude where like my lips blend into my face, which is kind of the problem I have with some of the nude lip colors that I have. I wanted something that was like a darker nude, and this really seems to fit the bill perfectly. And I love that it's a matte lipstick, so you can always add gloss to it if you want. I haven't done that yet, but you know, eventually I will. But it's nice that you can have a matte look, or you can top it with something, and so that's really great. So I like it being a matte formula. It's very pigmented, which is great. I've never used Too Faced lip products before. I've also worn this in work on a 2-show day, which means I'm wearing it for 5-6 hours, and I did not have to reapply it, so it lasts. So there you go, a really fun, pretty, classic holiday look that you can recreate at home using the Gingerbread, the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy Palette, and the lipstick that kind of goes with it. You could wear either of them separately or together. Of course, together they look extra fabulous, but the Too Faced Melted Matte lipstick in Gingerbread Girl. And so, yeah, these are just some really fun products for the holidays, but I can also see wearing them year-round as well. So, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and like this video, share this video with anyone that you think needs a good holiday look and is struggling to find like the perfect makeup look to wear to all them holiday parties. You know, we have so many Christmas parties to go to. You know, if you have a spouse or a significant other, you're going to your Christmas party for your job, you're going to their Christmas party for their job, you've got the holiday, you know, your family gatherings, and so you need a good look, at least one that you can wear. This is a great way to just not even have to think about something that will work for this time of the year. So thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time. Bye and happy holidays.